Hey, what's up? Don't want to be late. I was supposed to start early. Hey, Jedi, what's up? Happy Friday. What a day to be alive, as they say. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm enjoying my first week off work. So that's been going okay. Been going for walks, getting coffee, getting a pastry. How have you guys been doing this week? Good? We got crazy news going on in Israel. Got this crazy disaster. They say everything's misinformation. So I have a bunch of videos from it, which I can share with you guys today. Welcome, 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 guys. As far as the election odds, the election is in, I have a video clip that says in 33 days. Is it November 5th? So 32 days away. Are you guys ready? Are you guys voting? Some people don't want to vote for Trump because he's too pro-Israel. Some people out there. So, but I don't know that, well, pretty much everybody in the administration is. So, yeah, we got war going on over in Israel. They're going to attack Iran. They have to do it in a way that Iran won't want to strike them back. But Iran already says they're going to strike back. So we got war in the Middle East coming up or happening already. So that's good news. Hey, Johnny Midas from Palm Desert. What's the temperature down there today? We had a couple days. It was 100 here yesterday. And it's already October. But for some reason, it doesn't get too hot inside. So it's not bad. And it cools down at night in California. So we have very, very nice weather, but it is extremely expensive to live here. I don't know. I'm going to have to move on from this place, I think, because it is too expensive to live here. So I have to decide where in the world I'm going to be, where in the world I'm going to plant myself. Where do you guys like? Do you have an extra room? Will you take me in? I'm kind of retarded. Turns out, after all the rigmarole, I'm retarded. I'm brain damaged. But yeah, someday I'm going to get out of this California place. It is crazy living here. Oh, Jedi 3301. The Hard R Ranch, yeah. So there's a bunch of conspiracy theories, or let's see, it's only been 3 minutes, and let people tune in more. I don't do one of those countdown intros. I tried it before, though. What do you guys like to watch? Since I haven't been on the air, have you gotten new addictions? Somebody was saying they listened to, what were you saying, Parody Bear? Quite frankly, it starts at the same time. Yeah. What time do you guys like? This time works okay for me right now. I have enough time to get everything together. 4 p.m. Pacific time. So I might do that again. We have to decide. We have to decide what works best for everybody because we care. I can move to North Carolina. Some people are suggesting. Now there's some waterfront property. Here, I'll show you about the misinformation. I just searched this misinformation hurricane. Look at all this with misinformation swirling in Hurricane Helene's wake. That's all the videos I'm going to show you. Musk and politicians like Trump spread baseless claims. Oh, see? So like the title of my video, this is where they're going to get me. The title of my video could be misinformation. So I could get hit with a strike or something. Because it says baseless claims such as FEMA blocking flights and confiscating supplies. That's the title of my video. Apparently that's baseless. But people are saying it's true. I have video of people saying it's true. But they're saying those are baseless claims. The falsehood started quickly and came from the top. Donald Trump claimed that the state's governor had not been able to reach Joe Biden. Apparently he had. FEMA put up a website to counter misinformation. I might literally have to change the title of my video. I could add a question mark to it. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just add a question mark. Then it's not definitive. FEMA confiscating disaster supplies? Question mark. Oh, I'm not even showing the right screen. I'm reading this screen right now. There are many dangerous, misleading rumors spreading about Helene response, which can actively prevent survivors from getting help. Glenn Jacobs, the Republican mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, said that to his knowledge, no one had been confiscating supplies. Quote, please quit spreading those rumors as they are counterproductive to response efforts. So I'll have to play you the video. You can decide for yourself. All right, we're going to play the intro. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Happy Friday. What are you guys planning for the weekend? Anything fun? You can tell me about it. Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news. Yeah, or misinformation, depending on who you are. No, literally, I knew there was something to it. I just titled the video a certain way, and they say that's misinformation. So I have a bunch of different videos of people saying you have to have a permit to help people out. I have Joe Biden who doesn't even remember that there was a storm. I play that clip. He doesn't even know what storm we're talking about. Renee, you're getting some gig work done. I think I might end up going back to driving for Uber Eats or something. Once I get back on my feet again. That was pretty fun work, actually. It's not that bad. I didn't think. Pretty enjoyable. Doesn't pay enough, but what can you do?
What do the states of the storm zone need, Mr. President? Okay. What do the states of the storm zone, what do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone?
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about. They're getting everything they need. And they're very happy across the board.
What do the states of the storm zone need, Mr. President?
Okay.
What do the states of the storm zone, what do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone?
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about.
He didn't know. He's old, though. He did a press conference today. Do you guys want to see it? It wasn't that impressive or anything. He talked a little bit about Israel. They're thinking about attacking Iran's oil facilities. That's what they're thinking about doing, apparently. And we're talking about it with them as if it's an option, which would make gas very expensive here. So I'm going to see if I can find the people saying that they're confiscating supplies. Here. Okay. I'll give you the video link for the person who says they're confiscating supplies. One person at least. So I'll share that with you now. And then you decide. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Jules. Hey, Renee. How are you guys doing?
Here's your update from Western North Carolina and our Helene help operations. First of all, some really dumb rules have been implemented, y'all. One of our big shelters and distribution centers, the health department told the refugees, those that are stranded, who've lost everything, that they could not use the shelter showers without flip-flops. Dumbest thing I have ever heard. These people have lost everything, and you won't let them take a hot shower without flip-flops? Oh, well, when I got that call, thank you, friends, and thank you to Larry and Concord who hooked us up at the nail supply place, because we sent 18,000 pairs of flip-flops up to the shelter this morning, where one of my girlfriends took a trailer up so people can take a shower. Those are the kind of rules that don't help in a time of absolute survival disaster. That's number one. Number two is, if you're reading about FEMA online and wondering if they're really a pain in the tail, I can confirm it is true. I tried to send in a pallet of chainsaws 2 days ago, and we had to divert it somewhere away from FEMA because they wanted to confiscate. FEMA, those ain't your chainsaws. Our mountain people are much better with them than y'all are, although I'm sure there's some very fine people that work for FEMA. I'm talking about the organization. But those saws need to be in the hands of the guys on ATVs down in the holler and up on these trees where there are blocked roads where we can get access to our neighbors who are still stranded. This is not a one-time little 5-minute storm. There are people that we have not gotten to yet, and we want to get to them. That's why those chainsaws are up there. So fine, we're going to go around you, FEMA, and don't try to get in the way of North Carolina mountain people when we are trying to take care of each other. You should also know I had a shipment trying to go in last night that got stopped because somebody wanted to inventory it. So we diverted that one elsewhere to get it into the hands of an apartment complex of seniors that had been neglected. So thank you to the friend of mine who alerted me to that complex, and to the other friend who took this load up. And by the way, got to spend the night at the apartment of somebody who was just willing to help out. The biggest thing you have to know here is that neighbors are looking after neighbors. And when FEMA's in the way, don't think you're going to stop us, because that's basically like a Satan roadblock, and God will find a way because God always wins. The other thing I want y'all to know is that we do have support from all over the country. We've got NYPD, fire departments, we've got linemen and emergency personnel, and we in North Carolina are very grateful that you have chosen to come help us. So thank you to them, but boo to the government agencies that want to get in the way. And by the way, got to add one more thing. The announcement today that this little tiny piddling amount of money is going to go to people impacted by this storm. Are you kidding me? I told y'all before, you cannot eat money or drink money. Why are we not seeing massive supply drops come in? And I mean massive. The government is run by my taxpayer dollars and your taxpayer dollars. They are a net consumer, not a producer. So whatever they're throwing out there comes from me. As a taxpaying citizen, DC, quit trying to buy us off, because you can't buy us for $750 anyway. How about you send in the water we need, send in some ATVs, send in some more chainsaws and fuel, and let us take care of our people and get out of the way, because Western North Carolina is going to pull through this, whether you get in our way or not.
So there you go. They sent people $750. So Mayorkas said that FEMA doesn't have the money to respond to multiple hurricanes. So he did say that. So I pulled that clip up so you're sure to hear it. He said they don't have the funds after using funds to house migrants, from what I understand. Unless that's disinformation too. But here he is saying that.
FEMA is tremendously prepared. This is what we do. This is what they do. And the key here, Rebecca, is also to make sure that the communities who are potentially impacted are prepared as well. And it's not just hurricanes and wildfires, also extreme heat, which certainly some parts of the United States are already experiencing.
Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is sounding the alarm on FEMA funding right after the devastation of Hurricane Helene. Listen.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
This all comes as the Biden-Harris administration spent over $1 billion from a FEMA program on services for migrants. Attorney General of the great state of Florida, Ashley Moody, joins.
There you go. We have plenty of money to send. And then actually spinning off that, Lindsey Graham was insane today. Lindsey Graham was talking about it. And he just goes off and talks about how we need to give money to Israel. Like straight up out of the blue. So I'll show you that. Here's Lindsey Graham.
You can thank Donald Trump and Elon Musk for that.
You know, I've been going all over South Carolina like most people. I hadn't slept much. But look what's going on in Israel. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people that want to kill them, destroy them, a second Holocaust in the making. And Biden says, be proportional. What is the proportional response to people who want to kill you and your family? They're running out of ammunition in Israel. We have to help our friends to keep the war over there from coming here.
He is so insane. He is so insane. How does it help stop the war from coming here? By killing people over there. Don't they have friends over here already? So won't their friends be mad if we're the ones directing Israel to bomb them? Or if we're supplying the weapons for Israel to bomb them? And then giving them more money? And they say everybody wants to kill the Jews in Israel, but it seems like Israel is the one doing all the killing. It's very strange. I'll play this clip again.
Trump and Elon Musk for that.
You know, I've been going all over South Carolina like most people. I hadn't slept much. But look what's going on in Israel. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people that want to kill them, destroy them, a second Holocaust in the making. And Biden says, be proportional. What is the proportional response to people who want to kill you and your family? They're running out of ammunition in Israel. We have to help our friends to keep the war over there from coming here. They're willing to.
There you go. So that's Lindsey Graham on it. Not talking about getting more money to the disaster area. Getting more money to Israel so it doesn't come over here. Okay, I have more. I have like disaster videos. You guys have already seen part of this video yesterday, but I'll play it. I have several disaster videos.
What the government is doing right now to the entire state of North Carolina and Tennessee is nothing short of just plain awful. Like, I do not physically have the words for it, because if you don't know, we have not heard from my aunt since Friday because of Hurricane Helene, and there is no government aid. None. Zero. Zilch. There's a few, but it's small government offices mainly run by civilians. Because you want to know what's happening right now in North Carolina and Tennessee? There are entire towns that there is no way in or out. Those roads are not drivable because of the mudslides and the power lines and the downed trees. There are doctors right now physically walking across that because their cars can't get through to go help these people, to go check on these people. There's a mudslide by my aunt's house because she lives on a mountain. She lives in the middle of it. There are currently civilians digging that mudslide out with their bare fucking hands. That's what's happening right now. There is no power. There is no water. They have no supplies. And the government is currently trying to arrest people who are delivering supplies via helicopter. They are threatening to arrest those people. They are threatening to arrest people who are trying to fucking help people survive. My aunt is 70 years old with mobility issues. Anyone know what the government's fucking doing? Jack shit. But you want to know what the civilians, the people here in America are doing? I have had several people on this platform alone reach out to me and go, oh, this person, this doctor's going there. I'll tell them and they'll tell the fire department. I'll put the word into all these shelters. I'll do this. There is somebody right now in Burnsville, North Carolina. His name is Warren. And he himself, he's a real fucking hero. I'll tell you that. He got together a list. He went door to door to people's houses to make sure that they were okay. Door to door. Wrote their names on a list and posted it on Facebook so families could see if their family members were alive or not. His wife is currently making food for everybody. And you want to know what the government is doing? You want to know what Kamala Harris is doing right now? You want to know what Joe Biden's doing? Joe Biden said we're doing all that we can for North Carolina. Kamala Harris is currently having a fundraiser for her campaign in LA and Las Vegas. Not for the people in North Carolina or Tennessee. For her fucking campaign. Fuck them.
There you go. That's the attitude. So yeah, I have more videos of destruction. I had Glenn Beck talking about it. Where is that? Maybe I didn't share it with myself. I'll play you more video. Okay, hold on. I know there was something. What is this? FEMA crew. No, not that. Hold on, let me share this. Let's see what this is.
Well, they have to
Well, they're moving chairs.
FEMA truck.
Okay.
This is the
Couple
first one you've
chairs.
seen, right?
In Asheville.
Hey guys. Good. How are you?
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm Glenn, and this is Congressman.
Congressman Mills, how you doing?
We're
man?
just wondering what you guys are up to.
So they brought this in today, which gives us connectivity, complete
Okay.
connectivity, so we can do a lot more than we've been doing.
Okay.
Because all of our equipment works now. So they're registering. They're telling them over there. We're over here. I think tomorrow they're moving.
Okay, I don't think you can hear well enough. There was something he said on his show. Here. Yeah, this is about the food confiscation. So here we go. I got it. I found it. So this is about the food confiscation. Check out our sale at Truth Clothing, Truth Revolution Clothing, truthclothing.io. That's our sponsor for the show. Having a huge sale, clearance sale. Stuff is really well priced. All right.
I have to tell you, I have worse news for you than the $750.
Oh boy.
I get a call last night, and I'm on my way to Asheville today.
Awesome.
And we're bringing out a plane load of stuff, and then we're just taking helos and just
Awesome.
airdropping them in.
Yeah.
And
helos is a hip word for helicopters, I'm guessing. You're taking helos.
Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Just trying to keep up.
Are you dumb?
I'm just trying to keep up.
Are you-
Sorry. No, I am.
I
yes.
mean, are you
so
brain
I'm-
dead or?
According to Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you got the helos.
Corey Mills is the one who got
Corey
those
Mills,
for-
right?
Yeah, congressman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are. We have to have like people who have been in special forces to come with us because gangs now are hijacking the trucks. The
They
police.
should be shot on sight.
Yeah, they
Absolutely.
Should be.
No
Anybody
question.
who is
Yeah.
despicable enough
Yeah.
to take advantage of this
Yep.
situation should be shot on
Yep.
sight.
People are being robbed. Even the police now are so overwhelmed that
Right.
they're having a hard time.
Yeah.
So I get a phone call from somebody who's on the ground. And
Is this our Blaze reporter?
no,
Okay.
it's not anybody related to me, just somebody I know. And he said, Glenn, there's a problem because FEMA now is coming in.
Right.
And I said, okay.
And they finally showed up at
Right.
80 hours or days later, whatever it is.
Good. That's good, right?
Yeah.
Good. Welcome, FEMA. He said, except they're confiscating the food. And I said,
what?
excuse me?
What?
4 separate people, none of them will allow me to use their names because they're afraid of blowback from the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will not be able to help anybody.
Mm-hmm.
4 people yesterday had government officials walk in to churches, to schools, whoever is distributing food. Okay. This is all privately collected food. And FEMA is walking in and saying, you can't distribute this food anymore. We're taking it and we'll be distributing it. And they said, well, excuse me, this is private food.
You can't.
We know where this needs to be distributed better than you do. We're taking the food. If you would like FEMA to be in your community and help, you will give us the food.
Wow.
And they're threatening them in the way of,
well, get out.
That's what I say.
Then get out.
That's what I say.
Right. No, you're not getting food.
Yeah.
Well,
forget it.
All of them told me, Glenn, they're coming in force, and we are not screwing with the federal government.
Right.
I mean, that's really bad. I'm going to talk to these people today in person. I want to look them in the eye. I want to see where the food was, where the food is now. But it's bad. It's really, really bad.
That is crazy. All right, 888-900-3393.
So that's what they're saying. They're saying they're confiscating food. Don't know. Do you guys think they're confiscating food? They say it's misinformation. I showed you that. They say specifically that confiscating supplies is misinformation. And these are conspiracy theories. And they're colliding with election misinformation. So that's the word from Glenn Beck. I'm about to show you some more video, but my computer is spinning a spinning pinwheel of death. There we go. Now it's off. Let's see. I have more stories from the war zone. I have this one that says you have to apply for permits to help people.
They really got us out here applying for permits to help people. Like helping people became a profession. You need to apply for a permit, for a request, permission to help people. That's fucking insane. That's insane. You'll stand there watching, waiting for the order. Like, yeah, I guess you can help them. You need an order. You need someone to order in order for you to have permission to help people. That's where we're at. Insane.
She is a little insane in the membrane.
Magic is mind control. Possession of the mind. They really got us out here.
So she says you need permission. Wow, she says she did seem a little crazy. Then I have somebody reading a sad story. I have somebody who is telling a sad story. Let's see what I should play for you guys next. Oh, yeah, and here's other video. I'll share this with you. Saying how FEMA's telling everybody what to do.
Well, you're going to have to just excuse my appearance because we have no power. We have no running water. But I'm just so pissed off that I've got to make this clear. We got a notification from TEMA. I'm guessing that's FEMA for Tennessee. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's supposed to be the disaster relief people. but they were like, do not donate your time. We don't want you to donate time unless we ask for you. And we don't want you to donate stuff to other people. You need to just donate money and stuff to us and get your instructions from us and listen to us. What? And then they said yesterday, we don't go into areas that the roads are not easily accessible. What? You are the disaster relief people. Like, that is your job
yesterday.
to go into the areas that are hit by disaster.
I think I played that yesterday. So you'll have to rewind back to a previous episode to see that one. So she was talking about how they're not going to help people and they're insisting that they know what's best. It's a lot of people saying the same thing. Here, I'll play video of a guy that's there. They say there are thousands of people missing, particularly in North Carolina, which is crazy considering the storm started in Florida. I mean, it hit first in Florida. I assume people weren't even told to evacuate in North Carolina. And then in any case, maybe it's not that easy. They live up in the mountains there. It's Appalachia that's hit. I think North Carolina and Tennessee. Check out our sale. Truth Revolution Clothing, truthclothing.io. Look at these prices. $12 shirts, $15 sweatshirt, $15 hoodies. While they last. It is a clearance sale and they have been moving. Check out our stuff at truthclothing.io. We have many shirts that are only $5. I recommend you stock up. You'll never see prices like this again. So check it out, truthclothing.io. We have a bunch of great shirts for sale, super high quality shirts. That's what we were known for. All right, truthclothing.io. Make sure to do that. Truth Revolution Clothing. All right, I'll play this clip.
Hey guys.
Can you hear it okay?
I'm in Western North Carolina, and we're working on day 6. And we still have rescue choppers flying overhead. I think I've got a little bit of survivor's guilt that our town was spared. But we need the help. The whole town was wiped out. And I'm talking about everybody was killed. Okay, the fucking media is lying to me. Well, we need the help. We need it bad. We can't go help. We can't go save anybody. We've been threatened. We'll get arrested. I can't imagine the people that are still up there holding on to survive. I mean, we still got electric trucks going all over the place here. Got trees down, tree on my house in the back. But it's incredible. It's incredible that we, the people, are willing to let the government tell us that we are not allowed to save our own people. It's bad. It's really fucking bad. It's worse. It's beyond any nightmare that you can fucking have. There are bodies everywhere up there floating around, buried under mud. Cemeteries most likely have flooded, which means there will probably be caskets and shit floating around. That I don't know of, but I do know that a town was wiped out completely. Everybody killed. And the only people saving them are the people that are there, saving each other. And then they're all stuck together. fuck our government. You fucking showed your faces with this fucking disaster. And all I got to say, fuck you.
There you go. So that sounds pretty bad, right? So yeah, they say there are thousands of people missing. That's what people are saying in my chat, at least. And there is footage of a casket going down the river. I did see there was a picture of that. So yeah, graveyards get washed up and stuff. Pretty uplifting news, huh? But this is the real deal going on right now. People get to go on TikTok. There's some theory about a town called Chimney Rock. Oh, hey, thanks, Angel Martin. Thanks for that super chat. It doesn't make sense that threats of arrest would deter you from saving lives, as if they could arrest hundreds of heroes for rescuing people. It's a good point. Yeah, like why would you stop? Where are they going to take you? Where are they going to arrest you to? It's a good point. So I don't know what's going on down there. I just know there are lots of people telling stories about it. I have a sad story read by this guy on TikTok.
This is another story from Western North Carolina. This is from an Iraq veteran who's in the area. He says this entire area is a war zone. Even if not directly destroyed by floodwaters, there are men, women, and children starving without water and sanitation, no fuel. People can't get to any distro points because they have no fuel. People are walking on foot and dragging wagons. The majority of federal and state assets are being diverted to the incorporated areas of Asheville, Black Mountain, etc., and without a deliberate effort yet into the rural unincorporated areas. This was written earlier in the week. I can confirm now that helicopter crews are working day in, day out, all day, 24/7 to evacuate people from those smaller unincorporated towns as well as get supplies into them. He goes on, people are suffering and communities are rapidly moving to isolation and self-defense and policing. Trigger warning for this next part. There are bodies floating down the rivers. There are bodies stuck in the tops of trees. Linemen entering destroyed areas are finding dozens of children as young as 3 walking through the mud near naked, crying for their parents, some with ropes still tied around their arms, attached to broken lumber, where clearly their dead parents had last-ditch tied them to something. I was talking to a lineman yesterday, how he's finding heads and limbs every time debris is removed. Entire communities are gone. Just gone. Nothing to repair. And in some of the areas, just no one to even help anymore. Just bodies, with a stench increasing by the day. The death count will be in the thousands. Desperation is increasing. Local rural gas stations, markets, etc. have clear militias forming with men in hodgepodge gear and rifles patrolling. We are self-policing now. If you need help in the area or you want to help in some way, please go here. There is a ton of resources consolidated here. Please keep the comment section positive and do not share misinformation or conspiracy theories or victim blame on my post.
Okay, don't share conspiracy theories. Well, there is a conspiracy theory that Peak Prosperity shared, Chris Mortensen. He said Peak Prosperity member sent him via private message on my site. I'll read this. It's pretty long, but it gives me something to do. I'll read this and then I'll play you some video from this place, Chimney Rock, which I happen to have, which I haven't even watched yet, so I don't even know what it shows. But so this person writes, I can't post this online because it's not quite public yet. But government officials had a town meeting with all of the residents of Chimney Rock and basically told them the town was being bulldozed, bodies and all, and the land was being seized by the federal government. They would not be able to move back, and basically their homes, the ones that were standing, were no longer theirs, and the federal government owned it all. I don't know what crazy play for land this is, but there's a lot of conspiracy about lithium mines, and let me just tell you, As someone who lives in Charlotte and has friends who live in the area of Western North Carolina, they are not being helped, and this is actually being a stand-down operation by the federal government. He goes on to say, our friend owns an Airbnb in Chimney Rock. They had a town meeting yesterday, and someone from the federal government told them all of those things in the town meeting, but doesn't want the information getting out. Also, they're not picking up the bodies. The stench of the bodies everywhere is insane, and for some reason, the government does not want to pick up the bodies. One pastor of a local church was going door to door, delivering water, and they changed their delivery request to body bags because so many of the homes that they've gone to have needed body bags. We're trying to keep the body count. They're not picking up the bodies. They don't want to identify the bodies, and they're just leaving them to rot in the streets. He goes on to say, you can post it. The message needs to get out. Something evil is going on in the North Carolina mountains. I just don't want to be identified. Just today, we filled up a trailer for a shelter in Hendersonville, North Carolina that had no food for tons of moms and babies. All the stores around are empty or locked. In Chandler, North Carolina, 2,000 people haven't eaten anything or drank in 6 days and just got an SOS message out for help. I'm trying to tag the Cajun Navy in Operation Airdrop, but people are dying by the minute. Multiple truckers have reported having tires slashed. Our friends from Chimney Rock said they have heard multiple stories of people being robbed at gunpoint, making supply runs. 2 people that drove down to Charlotte yesterday and today, one that we helped, said bodies in trees all over ditches and major roads back. Something weird is going on there in North Carolina. So that's what he said about this place, Chimney Rock. And then I have this video. It's a minute. Let's see what it is. Oops, I lost audio. Okay, hold on. I have to reshare it. You guys doing good? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for buying t-shirts.
I'm in the middle of Chimney Rock. I just talked to the police. Because they're working on the roads, they don't want me down here, obviously. But I'll just give you guys an idea of how it looks. There's this big conspiracy going around that this is becoming eminent domain. Bodies are getting pushed around, and the government's taking control of this area. I just was clarified with local authorities that's not happening. They've only found one body in Lake Lure. And I don't really see anybody being pushed around, and it doesn't stink here. The only dead thing I found was a horse. So here's what Chimney Rock looks like for you guys.
There you go. So that's a guy debunking the conspiracy theory. So I guess there are a bunch of conspiracy theories, huh? Chris Mortensen might have helped spread one from his listener. I have somebody else speaking. I'll share that. So I'm talking about FEMA and lots of different stories.
So I just left the airport. We picked up a flight of pediatric medical supplies that were brought in and are going to North Asheville. We were sitting in the private portion of the airport, and we got to overhear an awful lot. The Army pilots, the Navy pilots, hospital representatives, there was a lot of chatter. While we were there, a private jet landed and 4 FEMA representatives got off. Four people off of a private jet. Come to find out, and you're not going to hear this, so let me tell you. Come to find out, Mission Hospital was told, a private hospital, that they are going to go ahead and be the morgue center for body recovery. All of the Army Chinook helicopters you're seeing flying overhead, they are doing body recovery. FEMA said, and you can take this as a direct quote, said that they are too tied up at the border to send any more representatives. Yeah, at the border. So anyhow, I guess border control trumps whatever's going on here. So they told Mission Hospital they are not sending refrigerated trucks so that they can stack the bodies up. And we also overheard that whatever fatality numbers you are hearing, and this is a quote, go ahead and add a couple of zeros. So FEMA's too busy with the border. A private hospital and the Army are going to take over body recovery, and private individuals with their private helicopters and their private planes are the ones who are flying in supplies. I was at Hangar 10. I was picking up supplies. There was a stack for the Cajun Navy. There was a stack that looked like it was ASPCA. These are all being sent by private individuals. FEMA is doing nothing. Go ahead and share that.
So everybody's saying it, but apparently it's conspiracy theory. So speaking of conspiracy theories, I think that's all I have for clips. I have a long, Ron DeSantis was on Fox News talking about it for like 7 minutes. Let's see if that's any good.
I want to bring in now a voice that we hear from during the storm. Ron DeSantis, Republican governor of Florida, where, of course, the effects of Hurricane Helene were hit first. His state took it first. And you're feeling it too, Governor. I want to start, though, and I have to, because it just seems surreal that the President of the United States would say that anyone is happy and that they have enough at this point, and that he was confused about which storm we mean. Your reaction?
Well, Harris, we obviously got the initial impacts of the storm. It was a Category 4 storm, but we prepared for it. We had tens of thousands of utility workers ready to go. We were able to facilitate 2.4 million power restorations in record time after a major hurricane. But we also, between state and local, conducted thousands of rescue missions as soon as the storm happened. So then we were in a situation where we got through Friday of last week, come in Saturday morning, and we didn't have a demand for rescue. But you saw in Western North Carolina, you saw people that were very desperate. So I authorized air assets, National Guard, State Guard, Highway Patrol to go into Western North Carolina. So it created this odd circumstance that you have people there in Western North Carolina. And look, we've got a lot of Floridians that go there over the summer, so it wasn't like a random spot on the map for us. That's an important part of our state people where they go. But you have a situation where the first people that they come in contact with is some state guard unit from Florida and not any of the federal assets. So the reality is I don't think the federal assets were marshaled very quickly at all. But the lesson that I think people should take from this is one we learned in Florida long ago. We don't rely on FEMA to do any of that type of activity. We rely on FEMA to basically be a bank account. There's federal programs in place. We get our people qualified for individual assistance, reimbursement for some of the debris. But we take the matters into our own hands for the preparation and the rescue and response. And I just think it's sad that this has come to it. But I've got a lot of people up there now working. They're bringing food in. They're taking people back to safety. It is a really, really dire situation up there in the mountains. And the people that have been up there before, and I've been up there a number of times since I've been governor, and it's beautiful, but it is rugged. And if roads start blowing out are failing, you can't reach some of these communities unless you're putting in air assets, which we have been willing to do.
And look, part of that beauty is because it is so inaccessible. It has preserved the nature there. And I've seen it. I lived in that state more than once in my lifetime, North Carolina in particular. It is. But where the president was, and I you've shown so much leadership, and your experience with the storm type of situation really shines. And you see Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia, and you see others. You're having to do a lot of this on your own. So when you hear the President of the United States say that he doesn't, first of all, know which storm we're talking about as journalists when we ask about it, and then also that people are happy with what he's done, what is your reaction, Governor?
Well, I can tell you in Western North Carolina, the reports I'm getting, that's just not true. I mean, our guys are out there. People are desperate. They're very thankful that you have Florida assets that are there. I mean, we've got our Department of Transportation is up there. We brought 7,500 feet of temporary bridges. We're going to help repair bridges up there. Federal government's not doing any of that. But the reality is you just cannot, the federal bureaucracy, it's just not going to do the trick in these situations. And so we were able to do it. Interesting, Harris, in Florida. We conducted thousands of rescue missions as soon as the storm hit, a lot of it local, some joint, state and local, and other state. And all of those missions were successful. We did have fatalities, but the people that were in dire straits that needed help, they got rescued and brought to safety.
And now you're able to help other states. I mean, and they really need it. I was on the radio with a station this morning for quite some time in North Carolina, and Governor,
she's just kissing his ass, huh? She really is kissing his ass pretty hard. But he is a good governor, better governor than he was a presidential candidate. So speaking of conspiracy theories, I have a weird one where somebody shows a guy making a gesture at a Trump rally, like a throat cutting gesture. It's weird. I can show you that right here. Oops, no audio. No audio. Hope you guys are well. Hey, it's great to see so many people tuned in. 125 as of this moment. That's a lot. Hey, thanks everybody. Make sure to check out our sale. Hey, Crypto Beast, what's up? It's like almost to the number where I would take phone calls, but I'm afraid to take phone calls still. So eventually I will again. We'll get more and more people tuned in. Let me show you this. Present. This is just a weird conspiracy theory. Here, check out this guy.
Was watching the Trump rally today in Michigan and noticed this guy in the red shirt.
He makes one of these and he goes like this. They'll show you. What? He puts his finger to his lips like that.
Was watching
Very
the Trump
weird.
rally today in Michigan.
Very weird. All right, I can do some Q&A. I can see if I can talk about anything. Make sure to check out our sale. Buy some shirts. I have to pack some packages, actually. Let me see if they're orders from my show. Oops. Confirm. I have to ship some packages. So you guys can ask me questions if you want. Or we can just hang out for a bit. Hope everybody's doing well. Camera follows me around. Let me check out those orders. Oh, wow. Two are from the same. Oh, that's interesting. Two are from the same person who already ordered. Wow. Big orders. Interesting. My neighbor's here. There's another one. Wow. Bunch of stuff. Thank you, that person. All right, guys. We did the show. I showed you guys a bunch of videos and stuff. Top feed Koga says, am I on creatine? No, I'm not on creatine. Tina says, I don't have any questions. Glad you're back. You're looking good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'll have to keep myself shaven and stuff. I shower before the show. I make sure I take a shower every day. I get ready for you guys. Try to look good. I shaved the stray hairs around here and stuff. So I think Hoax Wars might be live tonight. You guys can tune into that. Creatine helps with brain health. Top feed, Coco. I'm trying to see if I can stretch it out to an hour. Make sure I did an hour. 5 minutes left. I don't have much. I don't have material to fill though. Oh yeah, I could show you this. I could show you the betting odds. That's always good to look into because we're getting so close to the election. No sense looking at polls. Crypto Beast, you bought some creatine. Doesn't that make your muscles bigger for some temporary period of time? It like makes your muscles hold water or something. So here Kamala Harris is favored by a few cents. It's almost 50-50 though. 54 cents, 55 cents for Kamala on Predict It, which is American, where Americans can bet. And then on Polymarket, which apparently Americans aren't allowed to use, but I don't know if they can stop you depending on, because they use cryptocurrency. Oh, hey, thanks, Johnny Midas. Hey, I appreciate that. I really need the money now that I'm unemployed. So I appreciate that. Johnny Midas, thank you for the $20 super chat. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Thanks, people who buy shirts and also buy super chats. Thank you for that. Yeah, Donald Trump is leading on Polymarket by a 0.5 percentage point. 49.8 to 49.3. It's almost exactly 50-50. People say Kamala Harris is going to win the popular vote, which is probably true. You can bet on all kinds of stuff on Polymarket. It uses cryptocurrency of some sort. I think US dollar coin or Tether or something like that. You can bet on whether Israel will invade Lebanon. I feel like they already have. It's only a 36% chance. You can buy whether Israel will invade Lebanon in September. I don't know how they count that because I heard they're already going in with ground troops. Yeah, you can bet on everything here. They say Trump's going to win Pennsylvania. Will Israel invade Lebanon before November? Next UK leader, Wisconsin presidential election winner. Will Biden resign before the election? Will Biden finish his term? You can bet on all kinds of crap. That's on Polymarket. Good to see you, Be More Busker and JJ. Good to see you, JJ. Good to see you, Crypto Beast. Good to see you, Street Ghost. Good to see everybody. Keep on keeping on. All right. And we'll see you at the next one. And then we might take phone calls, depending on how things go. Leave your comments and everything. And I'll talk to you more later. All right. For now, that's what it is.